My deepest blue, but I'll be watching you from here.
Hi, my name's Amanda Easton. I'm a performer, singer-songwriter from Sydney, Australia. I make retro-inspired theatrical electronic pop. But when I'm not doing my own music, I do
cabaret,
cover band gigs, solo gigs, tribute shows, recording sessions. Welcome to my Circle of Light vlog.
But I'll be watching you. See all the dreamers in the circle of light, the moment of truth on this stage.
Hello, how are you? I hope you're having a nice day/night wherever you are. Good morning, Stu. How are you? Very nice to see you. Now, I have a feeling we're going to have a few people watching from Twitch today, which I actually would recommend because I think it seems to be a sturdier kind of platform for live streaming. But, you know, wherever you are, I'm very happy to see you. Sid, you are there. You're on Twitch. Does it feel different? Or is it exactly the same? I hope it's good. Hi from Canada. Great to see you. Now, what do I call you? I do like your name, though. Dilithium crystal. Ooh, it sounds very exotic. But thank you so much for, tuning in all the way from Canada. Wherever you are, it's lovely to see you. Willem, good to see you. It's different, harder to find me on Twitch, is it? I think make sure you press the follow button. And then it will actually, like Facebook does, it'll pop up and say, Amanda's about to go online. So, David, I liked the little heart-shaped pussycat. Thank you very much. That was very sweet. And you didn't miss it after all. You're here. So it's good to see you. So you can see I've put the chat up here, but I know it's pretty tiny, isn't it? So I don't know how well you can see it. Hi, Fred, calling from the UK. And I know it's crazy time for you, like middle of the night time. So I especially appreciate you being here. So I'm just putting the chat over here and maybe expanding it a little bit. Since we've got people from different platforms, I thought it's nice if we can all talk together. But I do appreciate that maybe if you're on your phone, that is minuscule. But yes, you notice that I'm wearing what we Aussies call a flannel today, but I did it on purpose. It is a little bit chilly, but a flannel is a flannelette shirt, right? But, you know, we Aussies like to make everything shorter. And you found it. You found us. Good to see. Hi, Larry, if you're... I haven't seen Larry yet. Where's Larry? Patrick, great to see you. We miss you, Larry. Where are you? And Grace, we need our regulars, don't we? And Kevin, and hopefully you'll have a chance to come by. So yes, because my musical theme today is the noughties, I remember I had a good decade. I hope your noughties was a good decade. I got married and had a baby for one. That's, you know, pretty big. But I remember being in Europe at one stage on a holiday and all the shops had flannelette shirts in the windows. I'm talking the girls' shops. Grand, great to see you. You're there and on Twitch, so you can do two at once. And Sid says hi to everybody just in case you can't see that tiny little chat in the corner of the screen. Patrick, so good to see everybody. And yes, so I went to Paris and I went to London, you know, the fashion capitals of the world, and they had flannelette shirts in the windows of the women's shops. And, you know, for Aussies, that's very much casual, usually for men, but not necessarily. winter kind of lounge around in your trackies and your flannel kind of deal. So fashion was obviously having like a lipstick grunge moment. So I succumbed, as I often do, and I bought a flannelette shirt. And I'm sure they're very out of fashion again now. You can still get them at Lowe's menswear, and that's probably about all. But I thought, just in, dedication to the naughties and the naughties fashion, that I would wear a flannel today. Good morning from the Philippines. How are you, Van? Lovely to see you. There you go, David. You have a few of these shirts yourself. That is good. Oh, Grant, you're dilithium. Okay, I get it now. Nelson, how are you? Lovely to see you. Are you from the Philippines as well? Am I guessing? I try to remember where everybody's from. But, I haven't got a very good memory because it's filled with lyrics. That's all I can remember, lyrics and chords to songs. Everything else gets pushed out. But I hope you're all having a good day/night so far. I had a lovely Mother's Day on Sunday, and I didn't have a gig, which was nice. I got to hang out with my mum. It's a country girl shirt. That is quite right. I'm not really a country girl, but, I'll do the fashion. So I got to hang out with my mum on Sunday morning, and then I got to be the mum that got treated in the afternoon. So that was lovely. And I did Mother's Day gigs through the week earlier, which is perfect. So I got to celebrate with music and then celebrate by not working as well. So that's good. You call them flannel shirts. You wear them under a light jacket. You're not going to ever be wearing those again if you stay in Arizona, are you, Sid? They're way too warm. Exactly. Not needed in Yuma. So I did a couple of Mother's Day gigs through the week, and one of the gigs I did, not strictly Mother's Day, but you have to stretch it out to the week and celebrate it. I did a cabaret show up the coast. Now, I do a whole lot of different kind of shows. I do some of these kind of piano bar gigs. I never used to do many of those, but with the times at the moment where venues can't afford big bands as much, and social distancing and all that kind of thing, I'm getting more work in smaller combinations, including just one. So I'm doing more solo work, but thank goodness a lot of the shows have come back. You may have seen in the news we had 2 cases in Sydney, and in Australia what we're like. We have the sniff of a case and we shut down, but we didn't actually lock down. There was just restrictions brought in, so masks had to be back in indoor spaces and a little more social distancing, and no dancing, unfortunately, just until the end of next week. But still, the bigger bands are back, and I've got some Fleetwood Mac gigs on the weekend. But I did a cabaret show, which means I bring the music along, so literally in, paper form, big charts, and they roll out like a chart for a piano player can be 6, 7, 8 pages, depending how long the song is. And basically, you're putting these charts of songs right in front of the musicians, and they've never played them before necessarily, unless they happen to be familiar with them. But they're basically sight reading, which is a skill not many people have anymore. These guys are amazing. And the cabaret shows tend to be for these kind of cabaret shows tend to be for an older audience, so lots of retirees. Good morning, Wayne. How are you? Nice to see you. And that was the case with this one that I did on Thursday. And it was up at the Central Coast, which is a lovely part of New South Wales, about an hour and a half north of here, 2 hours depending on the traffic. But I did a little vlog while I was there, so I will play that for you.
What's that you're saying, mate? Hello? Ooh, all your friends are coming. Do you think I've got food? I'm sorry, I don't. Oh, come on. Sorry, guys. No food. I'm just looking at the view. So here I am. Well, the place is called Canton Beach, but I can't see an actual beach here yet. Maybe it's around the corner. but it's about midday and I'm here to do a cabaret show, and every single time I drive up the coast it seems to be raining and blustery in Sydney, and I get here and it's serene and kind of sunny and lovely. There's something about the Central Coast, and isn't that just lovely? I miss the water. Yeah, I miss you guys too, I know. I think they were hoping for some kind of feed from me. Oh, they're all... Has anyone seen that movie, The Birds, Alfred Hitchcock? They're everywhere today. But I think I might go on a little bit of a trip and see if I can actually find the place that is called Canton Beach, because the place I'm playing at today is called Canton Beach Sports Club. So there's got to be a beach somewhere, right? I hope so. But how gorgeous is this in the meantime? Pretty good for autumn weather too, I reckon. See you later. So I never did find Canton Beach, but I found Canton Beach Sports Club, which is more important. And I had a great show today. I had so much fun, such a lovely, welcoming audience. And you know, it took me about maybe 2 hours to get up here from Sydney, to drive up from Sydney this morning. And it's going to take me at least an hour and a half to get home. And the actual show that I did was 40 minutes. But I guess I'm used to that kind of thing. It's a little bit like that in my job. But I had such a lovely time. It's all worth it. And it's what I do. And I got to see some pretty cool RSL carpet as well. So what more could you ask?
So I hope you enjoyed that carpet. It depends how long you've been watching my live streams or getting my emails, but you may have heard the story how just one day at sound check at a club, I looked down and really noticed the pattern of the carpet. And people say, you know, in big venues, casinos and RSL clubs and all, you know, sports clubs and all that kind of thing, they tend to have really big, bright, bold patterns on the floor to cover the spew and the spilled drinks and all that kind of stuff, if you want to be honest. But, you know, it's quite fancy and I love collecting the pictures. Hi, Pete. Nice to see you. Hi, Alan. Lovely to see you too. And I love the fact that some of you guys are watching from Switch. I actually really want to build up my Switch channel. And so, you know, you can switch between Twitch and Facebook. And, you know, the trouble with Facebook is they tend to be a little harder on the copyright. And so last week when I played a little clip of me performing with Powderfinger at the ARIA Awards, they ended up blocking my whole video in 261 countries, apparently. Who knew there were even that many countries in the world that would watch YouTube and Facebook? But apparently there are. Lou, how are you? I was indirectly talking about you because I was talking about RSL carpets, and I know you're a particular fan. My friend Lou is encouraging me to do a coffee table book with all the carpets that I've collected over the years. I've got to say, I did consider, except I've got kind of so much on my plate that I haven't ever done anything about it. I did consider doing some kind of photographic book about the carpets and RSL culture in general, because I think it's really interesting, especially for overseas people. It's just such a slice of Australian culture, the characters that you meet, and it just has its own little micro-culture. Book, please. Ricky, how are you? Just outside of Atlanta, Georgia. I've actually been to Atlanta. I loved it. And now David has got a very important question. He needs to ask about the direction of the water in the toilets. It's the opposite of yours. So I can't really think of the last time I sat and watched the water go down, either the plug or the toilet. But I do know that it is actually the opposite of yours. So we're in the southern hemisphere. It goes, yeah. So you tell me what way it goes in your hemisphere, and it's the opposite. These things are important. You do wonder though, don't you? Isn't that an amazing thing that the water goes down the drain the opposite way? And I know a scientist will have a very good reason for it, and I did learn it at school, but I still find it quite intriguing. You thought it was a myth? No, it's actually true. There you go. So, yes, speaking of Twitch, I would love it if you joined up on Twitch. It doesn't cost anything because I'm trying to, build something separate there. What my plan is, I'm not going to leave my Facebook audience. I love Facebook and I love my Facebook audience. There you go. See, Grant knows. It's the Coriolis effect. Yeah, I knew that. Yeah. No. Come back to Atlanta soon. Oh, Ricky, I would love to. I would absolutely love to. We're not allowed to travel anywhere at the moment. But, I've got to get to the States. And I would love to go back to Atlanta and other parts in Georgia too, because I haven't been anywhere in in Georgia outside Atlanta. And I'm sure there's some beautiful places. But yes, so my plan is I'm going to continue these Facebook lives as, assuming work doesn't get in the way, but I want to try and do additional ones. And so my big plan is I'm going to do one tomorrow on Twitch only. So Twitch is a dedicated live streaming platform. So there's all sorts of advantages on it. They're not, they haven't their own algorithm, of course, but it's run differently. It's a long explanation why I want to move, and I'm not moving from Facebook necessarily. It's going to be an addition. Stone Mountain Park in Georgia. There you go. There's one place for my list. By the way, I love your title on Twitch, Sydney. Sydney listening to Mandy. You are allowed to listen to other people too, but maybe you can only listen to Mandy's. Yeah, you can do it at the same time. David listened to Twitch and Facebook, but tomorrow you switched over. Good to see you over here. Not that you look any different to me from here. I can see everyone chatting together. So sometimes it might look like I'm talking to myself because you can't see the chat from the other platform, but it's there. But so tomorrow I'm going to give something brand new a try. So please do go and join over at Twitch if you'd like to be involved, because it's going to be only at Twitch tomorrow. And I'm really sorry, my European friends. It's really an unfriendly time for you guys. It's going to be 12:30 my time here. You can recommend another Mandy. Oh, come on, Stu, don't do that. No, I bet it's the same Mandy I know. I will definitely let you know, Ricky, when I'm coming back to Atlanta. Probably going to be a couple of years, though, unfortunately. So tomorrow at 12:30. So at the moment here, it's 11:15. So in an hour and a quarter's time, in your time, I'm going to go on Twitch, and I plan to do... the time delay between the two is confusing. Yeah, you don't have to actually watch them at the same time. You can minimise one. But did you hear that? My stomach's rumbling. How rude. I'm going to do probably a slightly longer live stream on Twitch, and it's going to be requests. See, that's 7:30 p.m. in Arizona. That's a reasonable time, isn't it? And so, yes, 7:30 for, I know you've got different time zones in the States, but probably quite a few of my US friends. I'm really sorry, UK friends, that's a killer for you. But my plan is I'm going to do one tomorrow that's going to be about requests. Now, it's piano bar rules, which means I have to kind of know the song. And I have to be able to find a chart, and I have to think that I'm capable of doing it. But I will also have a page. I haven't set this up yet, so, I always love throwing myself on the deep end, seeing what happens. I'm going to set up a page that lists all the songs that I kind of know, so you can choose from them. But if you did want to try a song that is not on the list, you can try. I can't guarantee it. I have to kind of know it to be able to do it on the job. 10:30 in Philly. That's okay for night owls. Hopefully that's okay. Yeah, you'll be listening. You'll be eating dinner while you're listening in the case of the Arizonians. So let me just show you this. I'm going to put a event on Facebook as well, but this is what it's all about. So there you go. It'll be the same kind of thing that we're doing today, but I'm going to focus on requests and mainly retro stuff, my own stuff, from the last couple of months. We've done the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s and the noughties. So, think of, the songs that I've been doing. There'll be a list, as I say, but anything you might like to hear, you think I might know. So that's tomorrow, and it's exclusively on Twitch. Thank you, Sydney. I do know some Amanda Easton songs, crazily enough. So 12:30 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. Twitch is twitch.tv/Amanda Easton, and I would love to see you there. So if you do jump on, go to that address and make sure you press the follow button. If you do that, then a little notification will pop up and tell you that I'm live, just like it does on Facebook. So my idea is that I'm going to do, this stream that I do today will continue on Twitch and YouTube and Facebook, but then whenever I can, I'll do additional ones, and they might only be on Twitch. And I'm definitely going to do one that suits my UK/European friends as well. So it'll be nighttime for me. Nighttimes are just a little tricky with gigs and motherhood, which is why I'm sorry I don't tend to live stream at night so much. But we are doing the noughties today. And no, we're not. No, that was last. No, that's right. Not the 90s, the noughties. That's it. It's the first decade of the 2000s. And so I've picked a few of my favourite naughty songs, and I hope you enjoy them. You could buy me diamonds, you could buy me hearts, take me on a cruise around the world. Baby, you know I'm worth it. Dinner lit by candles, run my bubble bath, make love tenderly to last and last. Baby, you know I'm worth it. Wanna please? Oh, whoops, no, that's not right. Wanna please, wanna keep, wanna treat your woman right. Not just a storm, but a show that you know she's worth your time. You will lose if you choose to refuse to put her first. She can and she will find a man who knows her worth. Cause a real man knows a real woman when he sees her, and a real woman knows a real man ain't afraid to please her. Cause a real woman knows a real man always comes first, and a real man just can't deny a woman's worth. Oh, 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 oh. If you treat me fairly, I'll give you all my goods. Treat you like a real woman should. Baby, you know I'm worth it. If you never play me, I'll give you all my goods. Treat you like a real woman should. Baby, you know I'm worth it. She rolls with the mile all the while that she smiles, being true. Don't take for granted the passion that she has for you. You'll lose if you choose to refuse to put her first. She can and she will find a man who knows her worth. Cause a real man knows a real woman when he sees her, and a real woman knows a real man ain't afraid to please her. Cause a real woman knows a real man always comes first, and a real man just can't deny a woman's worth. No need to read between the lines, spell it out for you. Just hear this song, you can't go wrong if you value woman's, 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 woman's. afraid to please her, 'cause a real one knows a real man always comes first, and a real man just can't deny a woman's word, 'cause a real one knows a real man when he sees her, and a real woman knows a real man ain't afraid to please her, 'cause a real one knows a real man always comes first, and a real man just can't deny a woman's worth. Oh, 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 yeah. Oh, 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 shoo-be-doo-be-shoo, oh, 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 yeah. Oh, 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 yeah. Oh, a song from Alicia Keys, of course. Jill, very nice to see you. I actually saw Jill, don't need that reverb, I actually saw Jill in person at that Canton Beach gig. You saw the little vlog I did earlier. So it was so lovely to see one of my live stream friends in the flesh. So I know that's not necessarily possible for my overseas friends, but it will be someday, I promise. I really, really hope to. In the meantime, I wanted to remind you that I'm launching the vinyl version of my album and doing an official album launch on July 22. And that's going to be in person for anybody who can get there in Sydney. It's at the Civic, used to be called the Civic Theatre. Now it's called the Civic Underground, and it's in the CBD of Sydney. I'm selling tickets to my VIPs, which is obviously you guys, and just for less than another week at a 20% discount. So if you haven't already got them, please grab a ticket. But if you're not already on my emailing list, because that's how you get the VIP link, then you need to join. So that is at that web link, just amandaeaston.com/free music. You join up and I send you a few free songs, and then I'll send you a link to where you can get your VIP tickets. It's going to be, you know, a big event with lots of video backdrops and live band and DJ and all sorts. So I would love you to come. I know you've got your Sydney. I'm looking forward to seeing you. And even if the time isn't friendly for you, and it's not so friendly for my American friends, it'll be 6:30 p.m. at night, our time. The next day at 11 a.m, I'm going to join the chat, because you get to watch the concert for 5 days after you bought the ticket. And I'm going to sit and watch it too and cringe, because, you know, watching yourself is quite cringy. So I hope you won't cringe, but you may. I can't guarantee that you won't. But at least I can talk to you live as this is, while, you know, the concert plays. So my stomach keeps rumbling. I don't know if you can hear that. Anyway, I'd love you to come along to the launch, either in the flesh or online. So get your VIP link there. You try to hide during pictures. Oh, and for me, I not only have to look at myself physically, but also hear myself. Like, it's okay when you're just walking around and talking and even singing, but when you hear it back and you're just focused on yourself and you can hear yourself how other people hear you, oh, it's hard. I'm kind of used to it, but it's hard. Is that the place on the bay we see on TV? No, you're probably thinking of maybe Home and Away. So Canton Bay is one of, hundreds and thousands of bays up and down the coastline of Australia. So it probably looks a little bit similar. I never did find the beach. Jill, I know you live not far away from there. Is Canton Beach an actual beach? I drove around looking for the sand and I couldn't find beach. But it is beautiful. I found gorgeous bay side areas. Anyway, another song from the 90s, noughties. I actually wrote and released a lot of songs in the noughties. That's when I started really releasing music. And this is the film clip for One. This was the first single from my album Chanteuse. And if you ever want to find out about, I have CDs and downloads and everything, you just go to amandaeaston.com and everything is there. But this is the first song from my second album. So this was later in the noughties. And the first single was called Head Over Heels. And the concept of the film clip was every one of us has all different characters inside. And we all need love. But we can look like different people quite often. So you can see all the different characters that are apparently within me.
I know what you're thinking. There's clouds in your eyes again. Will anyone come your way? Is this life enough, or could you be so lucky again? Will anyone come to stay? Don't let hope slip. Don't let dreams rip. And let's put those violins away.
So there you go. That was Head Over Heels from Chanteuse, and that was kind of late noughties. Oh, thank you, everybody. And thank you, Ricky, for subscribing on YouTube. I'd love it if you do that too, guys. All these platforms work by deciding whether, you're worth pushing through the algorithm and showing other people. And so the more people that kind of support you in the beginning means the more people that will support you in the end, because you'll actually get shown to people, which is why I really appreciate you jumping on Twitch as well, since I'm kind of trying to get into that world, because it's a live stream specialist place. And yes, Stu mentioned earlier another Mandy, and I'm assuming you're talking about Mandy Jarry, who is awesome. She's fabulous, not just because her name is Mandy. So is she on Twitch? She probably is. So Sid, you can still follow her because you'd still be listening to Mandy. And your question, does one actually sing in a film clip? Well, it's the video is synced up to the track that you actually release on the CD and the vinyl. So you don't use any of the recording that you do on the day that you're doing the video. You don't use any of the audio. But I actually sing along because I just think lip syncing isn't as authentic. It just doesn't, sometimes you don't realize that you're not putting the effort into it because you're not singing. So sometimes I think when people just lip sync, you can tell. So I tend to actually sing, but it doesn't matter if I, sing off key or whatever, because you won't ever hear that audio. It also helps the editor later, so they can, which is often me nowadays, so they can kind of piece everything together if there's actually audio on the video recording, even though you don't use it. Yeah, search for Mandy Jarry, see if she's there. And I'm actually ramping up to do another music video. In fact, here's a little bit of a clue. Kevin, nice to see you. Yeah, you know what? You talk about red hair, Amanda Easton. I don't mind the red hair. And I'm to be honest, if you know me, I change my hair a lot. And I'm getting a little bit sick of blonde. I've been blonde for a couple of years now. But the problem is I keep getting work as Debbie Harry blondie kind of tribute stuff, which I love. And it would just be a pain to have to wear a wig all the time when I'm actually blonde at the moment. So I'll be hanging out in the blonde world for a while. But I am thinking red might be next again. That was one of my favourites. And if you ask my 11-year-old son, red is the way to go. So I might do that. You'll have to just keep watching and see what crazy colour my hair will turn out. But yeah, I'm ramping up to do another music video at the moment. I want to launch this video at the live stream / album launch on July 22 as well. The song is going to be Wallflower, which is the title single of the album. I personally like that song the best on the whole album. It hasn't been released as a single yet, but if you have the album, then you would have heard it. And yes, yeah, Blondie pays the bills at the moment, David, quite right. And here's a hint. If you've heard the song, and as I said, I'll release it probably a month before the launch as a single, but the actual film clip will be released on the night of the launch. But something arrived for me this morning in the mail, and it looks like an astronaut's helmet. So there you go. That's the direction my new music video is going to head in. More characters. I love my characters. And if you've heard the song, it fits with the lyrics. So there you go. All right. So one of the artists that I love that reared her head in the noughties is Lady Gaga. So here it is. want your ugly, I want your disease. I want your everything as long as it's free. I want your love. Love, 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 I want your love. I want your drummer, the touch of your hand. I want your leather-studded kiss in the sand. I want your love. Love, 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 I want your love. I want your love and I want your revenge. You and me could write a bad romance. I want your love and all your lovers' revenge. You and me could write a bad romance. Oh, 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 caught in a bad romance. Oh, 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 caught in a bad romance. I want your love and I want your revenge. I want your love, I don't wanna be friends. Je veux ton amour et je veux te revendre. Je veux ton amour, I don't wanna be friends. I don't wanna be friends. I don't wanna be friends. Want your bad romance. I want your love and I want your revenge. You and me could write a bad romance. I want your love and all your lovers' revenge. You and me could write a bad romance. Oh, 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 caught in a bad romance. Oh, 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 caught in a bad romance. Ra, 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 ah, Roma, Roma, ma, Gaga, ooh la la, want your bad romance. All right, that was a little bit of a cheeky version of Lady Gaga's Bad Romance, of course. Now, what else have I got for you? I have got some funny cats. Now, you know my Smokey is a fair weather friend, but it's the opposite. She's not my friend when it's fair weather because she'd rather be on the rooftops and jumping around the place outside than be snuggling in here with me. And really, can you blame her? Thank you, Fred. So instead, we're going to laugh at some other cats. And this is something, Sid, that you sent me that is very cute. Don't you just love them? Oh, they're just gorgeous creatures. Even my one that's not going to be my friend because the weather's too good. Ah, well. I'm going to play a song from Kylie Minogue, and this song was one of those songs, you know, every now and again I hear something on the radio, and I mean, I guess we all don't listen to the radio as much as we used to, but wherever you're listening, and it just captures me. Often I'm a person that needs to hear a song a couple of times before it gets in my head. But this song, it just, as soon as I heard it, it was so catchy and it just, that earworm. And Kylie Minogue didn't actually write it. It was written by Linda, I can't think of her surname, but she was the same woman that wrote that For Non-Blondes. She was For Non-Blondes. And I said, hey, yeah, 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 yeah. You know that song? La 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 la. I just can't get you out of my head. Boy, your loving's all I think about. I just can't get you out of my head. Boy, it's more than I dare to think about. Yeah. La 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 la. La 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 la. I just can't get you out of my head. Boy, your loving's all I think about. I just can't get you out of my head. Boy, it's more than I dare to think about. Every night, every day, just to be there in your arms. Won't you stay? Won't you stay forever and ever and ever and ever? La 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 la. I just can't get you out of my head. Boy, your loving's all I think about. I just can't get you out of my head. Boy, it's more than I dare to think about. There's a dark secret in me. Don't leave me locked in your heart. Set me free. Feel the need in me. Set me free. Stay forever and ever and ever and ever. La 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 la. La 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 la. I just can't get you out of my head. La la la. I just can't get you out of my head. La la la. Oh, Kylie Minogue, of course, and Can't Get You Out of My Head was exactly what happened to the song, right? It just got in there. Do I know In the City by Sheena Easton? You know, I don't. The only Sheena Easton songs that kind of I've heard, not that I can necessarily play them, are For Your Eyes Only, the Bond theme, My Baby Takes the Morning Train, of course, and the one that she did with Prince, Strut. I think it's something like that. But you know that song, of course you do, Pete. And thank you, Fred. But I'm sure there are a lot of Sheena Easton songs that I've actually heard that I don't realise. Strut, that was the right one. Yeah, that's a goodie. So do we have any Coldplay fans here today? I know Coldplay have traversed decades. They've done, so amazingly well in their career. But for me, the noughties is when the best Coldplay songs were Sugar Walls. Oh, I don't know that one. There you go. So this is a Coldplay song. Lights go out and I can't be saved. Tides that I tried to swim against brought me down upon my knees. Oh, I beg and plead, singing, come out of things unsaid. Shoot an apple off my head and a trouble that can't be named. Tigers waiting to be tamed, singing, confusion never stops. Closing walls and ticking clocks gonna come back and take me home. I could not stop the tune now know, singing, come out upon my seas. Curse missed opportunities. Am I a part of the cure, or am I part of the disease? Singing, nothing else compares. Nothing else compares. Nothing else compares. Where I wanted to go, home, where I wanted to go, home, where I wanted to go, home, where I wanted to go. A little Coldplay noughties there. I hope you're a Coldplay fan. I got to say I am. Now I'm going to play you a film clip for another naughty song. Again, I think it would have been, this would have been earlier noughties for sure. Thank you, Fred. So this was actually a song from the first album. The first album got released actually I think it was early noughties, but it was getting together in the very late 90s. And so this song just makes it into the noughties. And I had an interesting experience with this one. I co-wrote the song. It wasn't just me. Joseph Hart is the name of the other writer. And I was teaching music business at TAFE at the time, just part-time while I was kind of getting my music career off the ground. And one of my students, you know, young guy, probably, I don't know, 18 or 19, was a DJ. And he was there to learn the music business, obviously, from that point of view. He heard the single, and part of the single, on the back of it, of course, like it's a CD, so it's only really got one side. But on the B side, it's not a vinyl, on the B side there was an a cappella mix, so that means just vocals of the song. And he, without telling me, actually, he remixed it and turned it into this trance version of the song. And also without telling me, so I'd been teaching him, oh yes, and if you want to get on the radio, you do this. In the meantime, I'd never had any airplay. Like, what would I know? I obviously encouraged him somehow, and he ended up knowing more than me. He rang up Nova, which is our big commercial, like massive national station, you know, all the hits kind of radio station, the least likely to play a brand new artist. He called him up, sent in the song. It got played to death, this remix of the song. And there were so many times that I'd be driving along or in the post office or whatever, and I'd hear my song on the radio, and it was such a thrill because it was the first time. Carwyn! Oh, mate, we've been missing you. Haven't seen you for a long time. I hope you're going well there in NZ. I wonder if you've got a day off or you're working today. Either way, it's lovely to see you. I better do another couple of songs since you've just joined us. Oh, and Sydney's asking TAFE. What is TAFE? TAFE is technical college. So often people that leave school early, so they don't go to the very end, might want to study something more practical than what a university offers. And so they can do everything from plumbing to electrical work to hairdressing, you know, all the trades. But music is one of those things that I was teaching as well. So there you go. So this is not that version of the song. This is the standard version that I released, and it's on my very first album. And it was I think the third single from the album, but the album that's imaginatively called Amanda Easton. Because I'd run out of ideas before then. It was my first album after all.
Smiling in my sleep, feeling
you go. That was the early noughties, falling in from my very first album. And Carwyn, it's been New Zealand Music Month. That's awesome. Gigs everywhere. Great. We've been pretty good with gigs here too, except you probably heard we had a little minor, 2 whole cases of COVID have closed a couple of things here and there. But I think my gigs are continuing. I haven't got the call to cancel my gigs this weekend yet. And ever since the 2 cases, and they're married, so that's always going to happen, ever since they've popped up, that it doesn't seem to be any new ones. So crossed fingers for everybody. I know we're all doing better in different things. We're doing pretty rubbish in vaccinations over here, but then we're doing well with the COVID numbers. And anyway, I'm going to finish with another song from the noughties, possibly my favourite artist from the noughties, possibly one of my favourite artists ever. Bit of Amy Winehouse. Meet you downstairs in the bar and hurt your rolled up sleeves and your skull t-shirt. You say, what did you do with him today? And sniffed me out like I was Tanqueray. 'Cause you're my fella, my guy. Hand me a Stella and fly. By the time I'm out the door, you tear me down like Roger Moore. I cheated myself like I knew I would. I told you I was trouble. You know that I'm no good. Upstairs in bed with my ex-boy. He's in a place but I can't get no joy. Thinking of you in the final throes. This is when my buzzer goes. Run out to meet you, chips and pizza. We say when we're married, 'cause you're not bitter. There'll be none of him no more. I cry for you on the kitchen floor. I cheated myself like I knew I would. I told you I was trouble. You know that I'm no good. Sweet reunion, Jamaica and Spain. We're like how we were again. I'm in the tub, you on the seat. Lick your lips as I soak my feet. Then you notice little carpet burn. My stomach drops and my guts churn. Then you shrug and it's the worst. Who truly stuck that knife in first? I cheated myself like I knew I would. I told you I was trouble. You know that I'm no good. I cheated myself like I knew I would. I told you I was trouble. You know that I'm no good. A little bit of attitude to finish off the noughties. Very appropriate, I think. Now, just a reminder, or if you've just joined us, I'm going to be doing a request day, wish me luck, tomorrow on Twitch. So you do have to join Twitch. It won't be on Facebook, this one. I'll be back with Facebook next week at the same time as this. But I'll be on Twitch, which is free to join, and it's dedicated live stream platform. It's like lots of little TV shows from all around the world. Not all music, some is gaming and cooking shows and all sorts of crazy stuff. Or just if you want to have a chat to people, it's all sorts of things. It's really, really interesting platform. And the music part of it's really growing, and I thought I'd like to be part of it. Yes, save that request for tomorrow, Sid. Remind me, please. So, of course, you can request my songs if you'd like to hear them, or you can request a song you've heard me do before. I'll put a list of songs up so you can be reminded. And if there's a song you'd like to hear that you haven't heard me do, if I kind of know it, then I'll give it a go. But I can't guarantee I'll do it brilliantly anyway. Yeah, you love Twitch, Stu. I reckon it's a cool platform and it's worth exploring. So please jump on. I'll just remind you of my Twitch address, which is basically just Amanda Easton. But I'm new to the platform, so I'm probably not easy to find, because if they think that nobody loves me, then they won't send you there. You have to go there yourself. Here it is. So it's tomorrow at 12:30 my time. So it's in 10 minutes basically, but tomorrow. And I'm going to try and hang out a bit longer than I do at these Facebooks here, if I can. And same kind of thing. I'll be having a chat, we're showing you videos, mainly doing songs. And as I say, taking requests. So I would love you to join me. Please make sure once you get to that address, twitch.tv/Amanda Easton, you press follow, because then you can find me easier from that moment on. By the way, you can watch the last couple of weeks of these live streams anytime there as well, since, Facebook sometimes deletes them and mutes them and does all sorts of crazy things, which is one of the reasons that I want to go on Twitch. And just another reminder that my album launch is coming up, and if you're not already on the mailing list, look at my big hand. You can go there, amandaeaston.com/free music, and I'll send you some free music, and I'll send you the VIP link to the launch. Regular people, which is basically not you, can't get tickets yet at all. So where is the follow button? Oh, am I wrong about it being a follow button or a save button or a like button? I can't exactly see Twitch where I am at the moment, because I've got a different dashboard happening. But I will have a look, and I'll post something if it's not clear. But I hope to see you tomorrow if you're around. That will be 2 days in a row. I understand completely if you've had enough of me, but I'll be there if you do feel like even dropping in. That would be awesome. Ooh. I might even try and get the cheeky little pussycat to pay a visit. But thank you so much for joining me today, and I do hope to see you tomorrow. Otherwise, maybe next week. All the best.